What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, I want to take a look at bearers, and we're going to look at these both for the Exiled Lands and the Isle of Siptah, because there is differences between the bearers that you get on these two maps. Now, I am going to mainly focus on tier 4 bearers, named bearers, and the reason why is because these are the best out of all the bearers. So let's jump into it real quick. I have all the bearers from the Exiled Lands spawned in here. Now, the one thing that you need to know right off the bat is they are all the same stats. So it doesn't matter what the name, whether it's Baron of the Wild Coast or it's a Cathedria Featherstep, they all have the same stats. So let's take a look at what those stats are. Without leveling at all, they come in with 0 strength, 0 agility, 15 in vitality, and 0 in grit. Their total hit points per point in vitality gained are 153.267. So that is a lot of additional hit points when you're leveling them up. And that is what draws people to the tier 4 bearers, is they gain so many additional hit points. However, if you're going to go for a bearer as your follower thrall, you can essentially think about it as if you are soloing everything, because these guys do almost no damage. The bearers on the Exiled Lands have a damage modifier for strength of 0.235. Their agility damage modifier is also 0.235. Now let me explain what that means. When they have a damage modifier below 1.0, that means they actually have a reduction in damage from the weapon that they're using. So, for example, quick and easy math, if you gave this thrall a weapon that did 10 damage, with their damage modifier, when they swing that weapon without any of the other modifications and multiplication that goes into them swinging that weapon, they would do 2.35 hit points of damage. So it's actually a reduction in damage. So you have to understand that right up front. They are going to hit like they're using wet noodles. Now that can be okay. Like I said, if you're going into every battle thinking that you are going to solo it, these guys really are just going to become a distraction. It would be like casting a mirror mark in every interaction. They do very little damage, but they will take some aggro from you, and when they get good health, they can survive that fight. So let's take a look. I went through and just admin leveled a bunch of these guys up to level 20. So we can look at the stats here. You can see there's a 28% damage bonus increase, got 6,458 health points. This one here didn't roll good health points, only 4,771 with a melee damage bonus of 26%. This one here got 6,611 hit points and a damage bonus of 18%. This one here got a pretty good roll on additional hit points, so 10,597 with a 10% damage increase. You can also look at the agility increase of 24%, and really for this thrall, I would give them an agility weapon because they are going to do more damage with that agility weapon. Seeing is that both of those modifiers are the exact same number. So you really want to look at those stats and go, okay, this thrall needs an agility weapon, or the other thrall needs a strength weapon. This one, again, got a good roll on health, has 9,984 hit points, and an additional strength bonus of 10%. This one here got 8,297 with a strength damage modifier of 24%. So this is a good example of a thrall that I would give a strength weapon to. This one here got 7,837 hit points and an 11% strength bonus damage. However, the agility damage is an additional 30%. So I would give this thrall an agility weapon. This one got 6,304 hit points and a strength damage bonus of 31%. And the last one from the Exiled Lands, this guy got 6,611 hit points and has a 30% agility damage bonus modifier, so I would give this thrall an agility weapon. Additionally, you can always re-roll their perks with the Elixir of Rebirth. So if I go in here and I look at the stats, we have Robust, we have Brute, and we have Nearsighted. So I can just click on this and have her drink that, and we'll go back in and see what different stats she got. Dead Eye, Thick Skull, and Expert Survivalist. So you can just sit here, continue to do this until you roll really good stats or you roll really good health. We got Warden, Unflinching, Angry Drunk. So that's how you would go about getting the perks that you want and maybe getting a really high number in your hit points or a really good damage modifier, is just to continue to reroll these until you get the perks that you want to see. Moving over to the Isle of Siptah related bearers, these guys can only be obtained on the Isle of Siptah. Now it is possible to get the other bearers on the Isle of Siptah as well, but these guys are only going to be on the Isle of Siptah. So if we take a look at their stats, they come out of the box with 20 in strength, 0 agility, 15 vitality, and 10 in grit. Now their hit points gained per point in vitality is only 62.4. So it is a lower amount of hit points gained than the bearers from the Exiled Lands. However, they do also have higher damage modifiers, though it is not that much higher, so I don't think you're really going to see a difference. Their strength and agility damage modifiers are the same at 0.030. And you can see their total starting hit points is 3,536. I did go through and level some of these guys up, so we'll take a look at these. So we got up to 4,721 with a 33% max agility damage bonus. That would be a thrall that I would give an agility weapon to. Moving on down the line, and again, these guys are all the same stats when they come out of the box. So they are all the same thrall with different names. But this guy got 3,132 hit points with a 27% max agility damage bonus. And on to the next thrall, we have 5,907 hit points with a max strength damage bonus of 23%. I would give this thrall a strength weapon at this point. Down to the next one, and we have 5,053 hit points, and this would be a strength weapon damage bonus thrall with 23%. Moving on down the list, we have 5,408 hit points, and you could go either way with this thrall, either a strength weapon or a agility weapon. Both of those would be good on this thrall. And last but not least, we have this guy here. He got a lot of strength, 25%, and then his health was 6,531. None of these bears are gonna go out and just face tank content for you. You are gonna have to be involved in a fight. Even if you fully level your authority and you give them a bunch of extra points and everything like that, these guys, as a normal group, I'm not saying that there won't be some that are outside of the norm when you get that special roll, when you get that special level where everything works out perfectly with the stats and with your perks. Honestly, these guys are not going to engage the content for you. Even if you go through an authority build, these guys are not going to be powerful enough to do the content for you. So if that's what you're looking for in a thrall, don't go with these. If you're looking for something to pack mule your stuff, definitely go ahead and grab a named bearer. I actually have one that I've been testing with quite a bit recently, and then I've got one on the server that I'm streaming my Let's Play on, but these guys are definitely more utility as far as carrying things than they are for killing different enemies. One thing that you could do with the bearer is set up your attribute points. When you get into vitality and you start corrupting that, there are some attributes in there that split your damage taken with your follower. So if you wanted a follower that could take some of your damage and not lose all of its health, that would be a good route to go, would be to have a bearer with a lot of health so that you could share that damage with them. Another good idea would be to give them a weapon that causes some sort of dot damage, so whether that's poison or bleed, either one of those would be a good solid idea for a thrall that does this little damage. And I want to know in the comment section below, are you thinking about going out and hunting one of these bearers and making them your thrall? I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for your continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button that says join on this page. Click that for details. There's 2 videos on the screen. Click one of those to watch next, and I'll meet you over there.